5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellous Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had. Bring them out. Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life. Had to find my inner power. To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert. All to enhance the happiness already inside you. Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am. Here I am, goddammit. Here I am. Welcome to Romello Marcellous Show. I'm he and he is me.
Look at him, fellas.
Trying something new tonight, man. Hopefully my sound is going to work out like it's supposed to. But yeah, here I am.
And I'm the baddest mofo go down around this time. Sure enough. Well, who am I? Sure enough. Who am I? Sure enough. I can't hear you. Sure enough.
Nigga, next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, here.
It was $35,000.
$35,000 cash money?
No, I give $35,000 plus one, right?
The one I gave.
No, you gave me six, though, right? There was one. I had one. It was six. And 35,000 plus one plus six was seven. $35,000 and seven, right? Motherfucker, can you buy that?
Smoke. Gotta make sure we get this one good on there, baby.
Here I am, goddammit. Welcome once again, man, to the Romello Marcellous Show. I'm he and he is me. It is Monday. Hopefully y'all made it through another day, or excuse me, another Monday. And if you have a case of them, the day is over. You're about to pack it up and pack it in and lay down and let Tuesday begin. Yeah, we ease on into this. I talked about this and I touched on it before, man, but I had to circle the block. It was something else I wanted to do, but this was bothering me, man. I wanted to kind of hit on it. You know, I'm trying to change my trajectory on how I deliver my content and the content that I deliver. You know, I guess this November 1 thing is past where, you know, those who need a little more are still waiting, I guess, to receive those things in which they feel that they are entitled to receive, right? And I just wanted to talk, man. I want to talk about a little truth tonight. The kind of truth that most folks avoid because it exposes how deep the game really runs. See, the government didn't just give out benefits. They gave out blueprints. I'll say that shit again. They didn't just give out benefits. They gave out blueprints. They redesigned the black household brick by brick until the woman became the home owner and the man became the goddamn home wrecker. Yeah. And now, generations later, we still paying that motherfucking bill. Because the bill wasn't written in dollars. It wasn't written in dollars. It wasn't the bill that went out. The expected return wasn't the actual dollar. It was written in bloodlines, generations. It was written in your sons. Yeah. You ever notice how every help they offer us comes with a price tag you don't even see until you flip over the receipt? Think about it. They gave our women housing vouchers, but said no man can live in the goddamn house. They gave food stamps, but said the father can't contribute. They built the safety net and used it to catch the man's place in the family. Why? Put a pin in that right there. You gotta think, that's when Uncle Sam became the new baby daddy. Yeah. He don't show up to birthday parties, but his name's on the lease. You think about how many times, man, little kids, little boys, and little girls, and sat on the porch waiting for daddy. But yet, still, Uncle Sam's their daddy. But he don't show up to hug them. He don't show up to football games and Girl Scouts and all that good stuff, or graduations at school. And yeah, he don't show up for that. Yeah. He figured like this. If you're putting food in your fridge, he ain't got to hug your kids. That's like any loan shark. He wants his payment, but not in cash, but in control. I go back on it. I think about this, man, when this shit started. Anyone who's received it, you look at, you got a newborn kid, and you basically has amortized your child's life potentially. Some may dodge the bullet, but the majority of them don't. Especially those that are truly chosen. I'm gonna leave it at that. The real mortgage, man, has been always the sons. Yeah. Look back at the numbers. In 1960, more than 80% of black children lived with both parents. By 1980, it was barely 50%. By 2020, less than 40%. It's not a coincidence, it's a pattern. Think about it. A policy, a goddamn policy, which is basically a social experiment with a predictable outcome. Remove the man, destabilize the house, and normalize survival without structure. They call it welfare, but we are seeing it right now every day. It's warfare. Anytime you got young men that are willing to kill each other, that look like each other, over something that they don't, or their mamas don't even own. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Programming, man. Shit. They said it was a war on poverty when they put the thing in place, but you know what? It was a war on proximity. Keep the black man far enough away from his woman and his seed, and you can have both. Yeah, through dependency. We seeing it right now. We see it every day we come out. Always something new about someone that looks like one of our children doing something because they lack something. You got generation of motherfuckers going around shooting motherfuckers because a motherfucker shot a motherfucker because he got shot by a motherfucker. So he shot that motherfucker because he shot him, and he got shot by him because he shot him. Right? Don't make no goddamn sense. But that's programming. That's real programming. Yeah. So what happened when that welfare check became the middleman in love, huh? It built the wall right down the middle of our living rooms. That's going to go over a lot of y'all head. But that's then. Let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to now. The son's grown up. He's seen his mother hustle, stretch it, do it all, get on her back so she can get up on her feet. He's seen his father disappear. Sometimes by choice, sometimes by sentence, or sometimes the motherfucker just died with his boots on out in the street somewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. He confuses as all get out. He don't know whether he's coming and going. He don't even have a clue what manhood even look like. Does it look like survival? Aggression? A paycheck? Or does it look like silence? I'm saying this because, man, every man he saw got silenced in one way or another. Every man. The average young guy seeing out here right now is getting silenced one way or another. Yeah. That's how you breed what they later call super predators. Yeah, that's what they call us, super predators. Not monsters, not orphans of policy. Kids who grew up without the script, not a script, but the script. Yeah. When society lays those labels on us, it's like saying, yeah, our plan worked. Because see, now at every turn, we can strip them of what they believed is their uh, liberties or their rights to move about. And we got places for them where we can work them for those same 20 plus years that we amortize that mortgage. His body is going to pay the debt. Oh yeah, I can give you 3 hots in a cot, stack you up on a whole bunch of other niggas and folks that look like you, have the same ideology as you. Yeah, because they ain't had no money. Because see, you gotta understand, ideology is one of those things. It's a Marxist term where it's governed by the program. He who controls the factory controls the thinking and the mindset of all that work in it. Yeah, this is what we're living this right now. And it ain't gonna get no better. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Yeah. See, once you define a boy like most of us have right now or are seeing and witnessing as a threat, you can cage him up without guilt. Long gone are the days where we go get them while they're young and we approach them. We, as now the elders in the gate, should be ashamed of ourselves that we won't even go get these children when we see them. Ain't my child. Ain't my problem. Shit, I don't know where his mom is. I don't know. I ain't his daddy. Where's the community? They say it takes one to raise a child, a village, right? We all living out here. We see it. And all we do is we'll film it and we'll post it and we'll talk about it at the water cooler, in the church, at the day party, at the wherever. Did you see that last night? 9 times out of 10, it was one of your kids, one of your nephews, one of your nieces. Yeah. But here we go. Let's talk about them cages. By the early 1990s, that mass incarceration thing, it was in full effect. It wasn't no accident. Prop Joe was the one that put it in place with the help of others, right? The 1994 crime bill. It didn't appear from just in thin air. It was built brick by brick long before it even came to inception. They knew it. Everything around it, the projects, the propaganda, the placement of the people, the destroying and the fabric of the family, the nuclear family just disappeared when it came to us as blacks in our communities. Yeah. That's the one with that 100-to-1 crack law, the Rockefeller laws. Yeah, versus the ratios, 5 grams of crack, 5-year mandatory, 500 grams of powder, same 5 years. Yeah, same 5 years. But guess who had the crack? It's a no-brainer. They wrote that law intentionally to further criminalize our condition. And they called it justice. I don't even think Bill Clinton read the motherfucker. I think he just signed it. Yeah. We know who wrote it, and we ain't got to say it again. And hell, we can go back to Lyndon B. Johnson's racist ass and his promise and how he would help with the Great Society and having niggas vote Democrat for the next 400 years. You can't make this up. You check your facts, man. It's out here. This is why I don't even understand now, even when we're dealing with the things that we're dealing with, we're not even recognizing, well, you know what? We are. But I think the majority of us are sitting here glitching like a motherfucker because we're allowing people to play in our face about the basic things. How is it now you've had almost 12 or 13 votes and these things that people are quote unquote needing by the people who created these programs or actually spearheaded these programs are not willing to sit down and make these things happen once again? And as a matter of fact, you can filibuster all you want, but at the same time, it only takes but one person to go and place a funding bill nice and neatly on the floor and turn these benefits back on. I haven't checked it. I don't know whether they're on or not, but shit, the last I thought or saw, Joker's running out of stores. Yeah. Joker's running. I've seen the Joker get arrested right now, earlier today with a whole rack of oxtails. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Yeah. So you look at the things, man, that were already put in place, or excuse me, people put in place. And there's a nuance in the people who are doing these plans. I got a saying. Niggas plan for Saturday night. The YT folk, they plan for the next 20 years. You just got to apply like Novocaine. It'll work. It'll work. It may take some time, but every plan that's laid, as you work it, it will work. It will do everything it's supposed to do. And trust me, the majority of the quote unquote revolutionaries that put this shit in place, they've been dead and gone 40 years or more from now. But at the same time, I promise you, those that have rolled out with them, they see it working and they cool with it. The fact that it is working or it has worked. I got a question. Tell me where there's one black community anymore. You got neighborhoods or hoods, but no real neighbors. But where do you actually truly have active people that look like you, willing to make a difference and stand up for what they believe in and challenge everything around them because they know what's right? I remember seeing those kind of men. I remember seeing it. I remember getting 4 and 5 ass whoopings before I got home and got the real ass whooping that I was getting when I got home, because when I got checked and got those thrashings, calls was made. Yeah, we sending him on home. Yeah, he on whatever street. Yeah, we tore his ass up. Yep, thank you. Send him right on home. Yeah. I remember we were playing ankle biters. I'm gonna touch on the story real quick. My cousins are watching this, so I ain't gonna call out no names. You know who you are. We left the game on a Saturday, football. And I think we probably know maybe 8, 9 years old. Called ourselves going in the store to steal. Grabbing stuff, throwing in helmets, pull shoulder pads, everything. One of my cousins had a box. And back in the day, you had to have at least 15 batteries to power these motherfucking radios. So he commenced to go on and getting the batteries and stick them down in his pants. So where he stuck his pants, the things down his pants at, he went to the rear of the store in front of the the meat section, the butcher, where you got the one-way glass. And the guy sat there and watched him, I guess, behind the glass, stuffed the batteries in his pants. And he came out and said, "Hey, come here." We took off. Pew! Ran out. Now, Mind you, the grocery store is probably about 8 or 9 blocks from the house, maybe more. Just under a mile. We ran it. And before we got to our block, there's this big hill. And we running up the hill, we chugging up the hill. And we see the little lights, the hazard lights blinking on a car. There was just some people up there. And my uncle stepped out in the middle of the street and said, "Hey, buddy, just keep on running. Yeah, just come on, run on up here. Just keep on running. Run on, chug it on in. And I'll tell you something. WWF didn't have nothing on our parents that day in the middle of that street. Come to find out, they went to high school with this man. He knew all of us and beat us to the house. We got tore up in that street, boy. That would never happen today because see, you got a whole bunch of traumatized motherfuckers that would say, "You better not do X, Y to mine." But I tell you something, because that is non-existent, this is why a lot of yours is on a motherfucking t-shirt. Yeah, because they don't respect nothing. They don't fear nothing. Yeah. So, tell me where a community is, and I'll go and set up shop in it, and I'll put a lemonade stand out on that motherfucker in the dead of winter. And I'll give the lemonade away. I'll pay motherfuckers to come get a cup of lemonade from me. Yeah. Think about it. With all this going on and we racking up debt and bills and so on and so forth. Look at 1995 and rolled through. The U.S. had built more prisons than college. Yeah. Think about that. They had room for your son to do time, but not do homework. They had room for your son to do time, but not do no goddamn homework. They budgeted for his incarceration before that motherfucker even got of age. Yeah. They were willing to do that. They budgeted for him to be down on the farm, breaking his back for 18 cents a day before they even funded his imagination, because he could have been the one that came up with the cure, whether holistic or not, for cancer. You know, we're the gifted ones, even down to the Hasidic Jews. The Hasidic Jewish folks. They'll tell you about yourself. They'll tell you you're the chosen one. Yeah. Y'all know the story of Esau and the mama and the brother and the daddy. Yeah. We live in it. Think about it. You know why they were able to justify? Because of the considerations that were put in place long before that, based on the subject matter in which we chose to live, right? And I say it's a choice, goddammit, because hell, we didn't choose each other. And I'm not going to blame it on the black woman because she chose a check. I'm going to blame it on you gotta divide that. Here's the thing. I don't know nobody that really wants to go and be uncomfortable with the way they live it, right? So we look at the thing where man has a kid with a woman, and he can't afford to pay for the kid either, because the deck has been stacked against him for more than one reason. Okay? But here you go. Mama get frustrated. She tired of working. Don't blame her. Ain't her fault that you can't get a job. It's been destined or determined that you won't have a job because we need her to be the head of your house. So your options are wrestle with her, support her and still be less than a man, or figure it out in ways that are actually going to put you in the position to be like your sons, where they will fund a bed for you before they fund an idea that you have in your head that could actually produce something that would take care of you and your people for generations to come, and be a positive contributor to your community. Right. It's too much like right. So, to be justified dangerous and stripped of your liberties or your right to be free as a freed man, they have no empathy for you or sympathy. They don't want you there anyway. They want the next generation. So now, I'm sure there's still a narcotics game or whatever it is, but it is not as prevalent as it was. So you look at other things that are happening, but the level of severity has increased because now it is truly crimes against people. So I don't have to have any sympathy for you when I come and get you. I'm going to step you back forever. There is no getting out. You are a menace to society and you cannot exist in our world. And you know what? You remember Django? And Samuel L. Jackson said, "Hey, Django, this is your story. The white Dickie mining company gonna come and get you, and they're gonna work you. And they're gonna work you till your back break. And then they're gonna hit your head with a stone and throw you down the nigga hole. And that's gonna be the story of you." And this is the story a lot of these guys out here is happening now. They're not built for prison. I'm telling you right now, they're not. They're not. They go and they implode. They go and they implode because they don't even have the wherewithal to even stand on a space and place with real men. So everything comes down to what they can actually draw and who they can draw into. And the majority of these guys are being preyed on. Yeah. Sent to do work, working. And those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Working, doing work and working. Yeah, working. And you look at the things that they do to themselves to create a silent but loud bravado for folks when they finally do make it home. Like a ride at fucking Six Flags or King's Dominion or some amusement park that you survived it. Did you? Or did you leave a lot of it there because you're ready to go back? A lot of our babies are beyond repair. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to tread lightly when I say that. Beyond repair because of the things that they've seen and these things that they've witnessed, and there is no resource for them other than placement somewhere. And usually the placement, wherever they are going to end up, will be a detriment to them even further. And you can't give them no money because they're dangerous. They ain't gonna do them to fuck it up. Look at the rap game. Look at the rap game. All these people they see running around and promoting the things that they're promoting to them because they have been put there. All of them are plants. I'm just going to say it just for what it is. All of them have been they're plants. They don't have to care when you do certain things. You got a kid, you got a daughter, you got a son. Oh, it's collateral damage. That's all. It's just collateral damage. We don't care that you're not going to be in their life for the next 15, 20, 30 years. And by the time you return, you're so mentally fucked up, you will have no impact on their growth or anything. Yeah. And here's another part to that. Let's say the family was not so far off based on the work that was put in fiduciarily, and they loved their son or their father or brother enough to continue to make sure that they have some sort of connection coming up every week and sitting in that motherfucking visiting room and so on and so forth. You have no idea of the mental jousting that's going on with that individual you sitting in that room with. Because I tell you, as he walks out to the floor, he hates the fact you come. Loves to see you, but hates the fact that you come. I'll tell you why. Because he has to switch off that primal thing that he's got going on to protect his neck and his ass and everything else he got going on. Yeah. You can't do hot and cold with people. At some point in time, the knob gonna break. Yeah. What I do know is that this trap is generational. Mama takes the benefits to survive. Because who the fuck wouldn't? I mean, honestly, it looks like this is free money. Oh, yeah, mama, just some paper. I'm just going to, go get some chicken wings and feed my kids and supplement my income. And, it ain't that hard at this point. The father get pushed out because poverty and pride, shit, you can't share a bed. Even now, you ain't gonna share a bed with no broke ass motherfucker. You need to get up and do a job. You need to bring something. You need to bring it, nigga. You got to go. Yeah. And sons grew up watching dependency and absence dance together. And he inherits both. That's the goddamn cycle. That's the debt that he has to pay at some point in time. Because trust me, they're going to come see him. Let me give you another example. And do your homework. The LA riots. It's on documented. I'm paraphrasing the numbers right around about 18,000 motherfuckers were arrested. They could only account for, let me put it this way, 11,000 motherfuckers was missing. To this day, ain't never been found. What's wrong with that picture? If you got arrested and you got processed into motherfucking LA County, wherever you were, why can't they account for you? And this is something that the attorney, the DA out there actually was like, well, where are all these people? Because if you process them in at some point in time, they got to show up on a docket. Yeah. Let me reel this back in. And this ain't blaming the woman. This is about naming the goddamn scheme. Because nobody told her what the fine print looked like. Nobody said you'll get benefit, but the cost is your boy's future. I don't know any mother that would trade her son because she's trying to take care of her son or her daughter, for that matter. Because trust me, a lot of your daughters that went out here and threw their cocks in the dirt because of what they saw and what they experienced and all the misinformation they got from their abused ass mammies and they masculine aunties and shit like that. Yeah. Same thing. But here's the thing. Nobody said you'll have stability. But you got to offer us your son's identity. Every aspect of it. Nobody said. The house will stand, but the man won't. he'll be forever non-existent. That's the trade-off. And the motherfucking bill's been collecting interest since the 1960s. Yeah. Look at how this system evolves. They start with welfare, they add Section 8, then they automate it. It becomes EBT, or became EBT. Each step making dependency feel more modern, less shameful, you know? But what's modernization without liberation? You can digitalize the motherfucking chains, but they still chains. Honestly, man, it's got to be the most degrading thing to walk down in the office and tell a motherfucker, hey, I want that motherfucking free money. I want them stamps because listen, I done fucked off and threw my coochie in the dirt, and this nigga here ain't on his game, and I don't want him, but I want him to take care of his babies, and all of that. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's worse to be psychoanalyzed by a motherfucker sitting across the counter that's actually psychoanalyzing you to say, yeah, something off here. So I'm gonna need to be pulling up to the house, constantly checking on Uncle Sam's investment, meaning these babies, because at any given time, we can just go ahead and cut her on off and get the babies now, get them in the system. And we don't have to wait that long for them to throw their dick or their pussy in the dirt, and we'll get them early. Yeah. Retrospectively, get them early. Because that's the whole mission. We want you in the system. We want you. We want to know who you are, where you are. When you come in, you stick your fingers out. You wave your finger, open your mouth, tongue down. You squat, cough, bend over, spread your cheeks. And if you're talking, you're not listening. So we need you to shut the fuck up and stand up here on this wall and give us everything that belongs to you so that we can control the rest of you. Yeah, that part. See, they said the whole mission was put in place so they criminalized poverty itself. Think about it. Child support warrants, license suspending, drug-free zones that only apply to it in black folks' zip codes. Think about it. Come on, man. That's how they pulled his son back into the motherfucking system. His mother thought thought she escaped. Come on, man. Every dollar of help came with a hook, line, and a goddamn singer. I'm thinking about how many hooks to reel folks in that never made it home. Still out there. Reeled all the men from their families. But here's the thing. A lot of you motherfuckers wasn't families. Now, I said it on this platform before. A lot of y'all was just jump offs, and your mammy lost her mind. That's how much she's going to keep you. Or she's going to add to her collection so she can get some more money. You know you got some ratchet ass people out there. I'm not going to spare you the rod, goddammit. I'm not going to do it. I ain't going to ever do it. Tell you the truth. Now, the question becomes, when the mother becomes the the provider and the father becomes the ghost, who teaches the son how to be a man? Because I don't know no woman that can really teach a man to be a man. Is she a man? Think about the society in which we live in, right? The streets, the system. Because whoever teaches them first owns them. Got his mind lock, stock, and barrel. This is why a lot of these niggas out here willing to say, shit, I'm going to ride with my homeboys because they show me love. They show you love sending you on missions. Ready to die for 6 blocks of some shit that you don't even own. Ain't paid for. Your mama, like I said, getting it on her back so she can get up on her feet to make sure you got some bologna in your belly. Clothes on your back, however shabby they may be, so she can get her nails done to go down to the VFW and hopefully catch another sucker. Patterns, baby. Patterns. Patterns don't change. Motherfuckers gonna do what they've always done. Yeah, or what they've been taught to do. Yeah. It's like this. Right now, we are 3 generations deep in this cycle. Our grandmothers were told the government would help. And they did that shit under cover of night. Daylight savings time just happened. It gets dark at 5 o'clock. Papa ain't got home yet. You know how they come and knock on you. We doing the census. Same shit. Hey, you need a little bit more? Oh, we can give you some check and money for this kid and so on. We give you whatever it was, $150, $300 a kid, and we give you some wick and milk and yeah. But we got to become your new baby daddy. Daddy can't be in the house. Papa not here right now. He ain't home. But what we don't want to talk to your papa. We want to talk to your mama. Mama girl brain. And say, yeah, you got to go because I need to get this check for these babies. It's going to be all right. Daddy breaking his motherfucking neck, working at the hotel, driving the cab, cutting hair in the middle of the street, raking grass. He doing all kinds of shit to make sure he can have his ends meet and be the head of his house. Master roll up and say, hey, you can be my bed wench, but you ain't got to get in the bed to be in the bed. You just need to do what I tell you to do and kick that nigga to the curb. I got the money. Same thing's applicable in normal daily relations now, where you got your zaddies who's willing to drop their credit card and tell you shit about your nigga that ain't shit. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Hey, y'all better stop fucking with them Kens. Trying to tell you. I can't go put a little paint where it ain't, man. I do what I do. Not everybody gonna like what I do. Not everybody for what I'm for. I just see what I see, and it is sad to me because I was able to experience a lot of things that I was able to experience and see. You know what? The generation that I'm in, we are the last of a breed who was able to really, truly have real emotions based on anticipation. I'm gonna veer off for a second. I'm gonna come circling back. In school, had a girlfriend, you had a boyfriend. Sit on the phone, you had one line. Every now and again, your mama get on the phone. Girl, what you doing on my phone? Come down here and get these drawers out the sink. Don't tie up my line because I'm waiting on the call. Click, hang the phone and embarrass the shit out you. But you ain't having a whole bunch of conversations. But the conversation you have, it may be surface, but it was enough for you to say, what you wearing to school tomorrow? You gonna carry my books? You gonna meet me behind the bleachers? Are you gonna be my first kiss? Yeah. You playing hooky tomorrow? Or we gonna, yeah. All of that. Because there was no further access beyond that direct access. Now people are in the point where, along with the plans that have been laid, are further distracted, so we don't even see the real shit that's happening to us. Because hell, I'm willing to rob myself of a real experience because you just talked to me. I'm gonna pick up my phone and I'm gonna look at you. I'll text you. I'm doing a million things, but I'm sending you a text. And the text don't mean shit because I'm doing a million other things. Off subject. If a motherfucker texts you and can't pick up the phone, they don't fuck with you. You are not a priority. Straight like that. Real people do real shit. Yeah. But back to the 3 generations we in, man, and we did that shit. And we're still here. Our mothers were told that their men weren't needed. And our sons were told manhood is criminal. To be a man, you got to be hard. You got to be willing to pull that pistol and do some shit. And now we're telling our daughters that men are optional or they tricks. Or they don't even have backbones. They're there to do what the fuck you want them to do because you're the prize. Wow. I'm gonna leave that alone. But based on that, I'm hoping you see the cycle. That's Willie Lynch 2.0, and I've discussed it on this platform so many goddamn times. It's reverse psychology in HD. Keep the woman independent, keep the man irrelevant, keep the child confused. Because the child's confused, he's gonna make mistakes. She's gonna make mistakes. That's the perfect plantation. I don't even have to touch you. No whips. Just Wi-Fi. Leave you to your own devices, your own mindset, your own traumas are going to guide the things that stimulate your mind. You know, somebody said, oh, what's your algorithm look like? You know what? I got a whole bunch of shit on my algorithm because I break the stuff down. It's not something I buy into, but I look for it because I need to see and check the pulse of my people. But a lot of times we have to get to the point where we're willing to reset our algorithm because we need fresh and new ideas and ideals. Yeah. It's bad. When people say that's this is conspiracy, I say no. That's consistency. You can't change the people up for what they are accustomed to doing. They out to get you. The pattern never changed. It just got smoother. Got smoother than a motherfucker. Everything you see. Listen, right now, I thank you for the 12 seconds that you give me. Whatever conclusion you draw from me in this 12 seconds, man, that's on you, goddammit. Because most of you guys are, most of us out here are not willing to even give beyond 12 seconds. You draw a conclusion, scroll. Fuck that shit. I don't want to hear, oh yeah, I don't hear my bullshit. You don't woo-woo. When in all actuality, the very thing you needed was 1 minute and 30 seconds into it. Slow down. Take a listen. A lot of things that are being stated in those 12 seconds are merely for shock value to get you to perk up your antennas and say, you know what, let me listen beyond this because this may be some bait and switch. Might be something I need to edify me, to get me to the next level. Yeah. Think about it. From slave quarters to housing projects, from overseers to officers that run down on you, pull you over at night and jump on your neck and beat you down and drag you up to the jailhouse. From change to checks. Think about it. Different tools. Same intention. Control. Always the goal. Fucking problem is, we don't even question the language anymore. We just roll with it. They call it assistance. But assistance implies that you You stuck. You need help. How can I help you? You need some help? Yeah. Think about that shit. You're glitching. You're in the matrix. You just sitting there. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. Think about it. They send your sons and daughters to correctional facilities. They call it correctional facilities, right? But what are they correcting? Your behavior or your power? Everything they charge you with. Keyword charge. Whether you go in the store, they charge you $10 for the bread, or they charge you $500 for the house. Charge you whatever they charge. It's a charge. Boom. Charge card. Charge your ATM. Charge your EBT. Charge you for your time. That amalgamates to a return. Yeah. What you think you're down there on a motherfucking farm working 18 cents a day and they ain't making millions on your back? Whether they making sneakers or bed sheets or work uniforms or license plates. And you know what? Here's the thing. For those of us who were able to be in a point in time where you dialed 411, 9 times out of 10, you were talking to a prisoner. Yeah. You were talking to a prisoner. Yeah, somebody who was in prison, answering that motherfucking phone for that 18 cents a day to tell you that Domino's pizza number is what it was. That's just facts. Yeah. They take your behavior or your power and they call it motherfucking law and order. But whose order? Who wrote the law? We've been living in the word game so long that shit, we forgot to spell free. We've totally forgot how to spell freedom. Yeah. And shit, let's not even talk economics. When the family breaks, the market wins. Figure that shit out. Y'all better start looking up what y'all need to be doing to correct y'all status. Telling you. If you look like me, your status should be corrected. You should have do not stop or detain status. You should have a whole bunch of things happening. Yeah. Y'all seen the movie Deep Cover? I was referencing this to someone else. If you ever watched the end of Deep Cover, I'm just using it as a reference. When Guzman's people actually showed up there and the guy from San Pedro Pier or whatever was trying to stop him, and they told him, you cannot stop or detain those people. That is the same status that is available or was available and still available, was available to us indigenous folks. There's a reason why people fuck with you. Let me put it this way. Let's say you got somebody around you and you are building a business and you have the potential to grow and really be solid about something. But then there's people around you that are always seeking to sidetrack your credibility or your ability to accomplish the goal. The reason is they're threatened by you and your greatness. And I say it all the time. The enemy will see your blessing on you before you see it. So the job is for them to show up and distract you from who you are, your greatness, because it comes natural. And although you are there for but a time, most times, you know, your benefit is not even your blessing. Your blessing is for other people to benefit from. That's gonna go ahead. Not for you, for everybody else. But for those that recognize you had that blessing on you, it's for them to look out for you. Yeah. So Let's think about it. Separate the household and you create 2 rents, 2 bills, 2 debts, 2 consumers. Every broken home is a business opportunity. The system profits from the dysfunction, poverty, the subscription plan, and we keep renewing it because we're told it's free. Free. That's going to go over a lot of y'all head. Listen to what I'll say again. 2 rents, 2 food bills, 2 debts, 2 consumers. And the only people that's prospering is the system based on your dysfunction. And we keep renewing it because we think it's free. Nothing's free. Freedom ain't even free. You pay with your generations. You know the saying is that this. Even when you talk about your generational shit, right? When you're born, you look like your parents. When you die, you look like your goddamn decisions. Yeah. So what do? We stop romanticizing the goddamn struggle. The struggle ain't cultural. It's conditioning. They done taught us to be this way. They done programmed the motherfucker to be this way. Secondly, we bring back the family as a strategy, not as nostalgia. You know the greatest fucking revolution is love. Yeah. Think about it. When a system profits from division, everybody loses. Third, we got to teach our sons, goddammit. We got to teach them. We got to teach them what we were never taught. Yeah, we know it. But a lot of us get in our positions of life where we're complacent. I got mine, they better get theirs. And you know what's missing? The level of discipline and accountability. Self-worth. Because the opposite of a super predator, blah, 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 the label that they gave us, isn't super saint. It's just super aware. Yeah. And to my sisters, don't let the system gaslight you into thinking independence means isolation. You can be strong, being solo and all that bullshit. You don't need no man. You can lead without losing softness. And to my brothers, don't hide behind that damn trauma. Pain ain't a personality. Fix that shit. Build yourself. Apply the discipline daily. Slow walk it. Add things as you go. But get yourself to the point. Discipline is not about all addition all goddamn time. Discipline is about dialing back, cutting certain things and aspects of your life off so that you can grow, digress, so you can progress. Put yourself in a position to lead, protect, gain you some understanding so you can get you some provision. Not because it's expected, but because it's necessary. Now, I know this episode ain't been easy to swallow. It might have been rather boring to you, a lot of you motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. I got to speak my motherfucker. I got to put it out there so I can sleep good at night. I didn't said it at this point. But the truth rarely is. We don't want to hear it. Motherfuckers telling you the truth. You cringe you like a motherfucker. Just, you're talking to me, man. Fuck you, man. Yeah. Don't run from it. It's a mirror. Stand there, take a look. A long, hard look, and really ask yourself the questions that you need to ask. Yeah. Can't hear what we won't name. I believe in naming shit. If I name it, I own it. It's mine. If I know its name, I call its name, I own it. It doesn't own me anymore. And if I own it, I can rebuild it. We can't rebuild what we don't own. If I'm not sitting here willing to name it and call it out, and this is what I've been dealing with, and I'm not dealing with it anymore. I'm professing it. I'm putting it in the universe, so the universe can conspire with me to change my trajectory. That's what it's about. Yeah, don't play yourself. We can't keep blaming the architect when we keep renewing the motherfucking lease. Stop buying into their brand. It is a shame why black money doesn't even let. Well, you know what? We don't even have a community for our money to last in. God damn. I'm a bad motherfucker. So I'm asking you tonight, man, how long are we going to keep paying this goddamn mortgage? How long are we keep letting our sons and daughters keep carrying a bill we never told them about? How long before we realize that the same motherfucking system that gave us the keys locked the door behind our dumb ass? The solution ain't simple, but it's real. We got to rebuild a motherfucking house. Yeah. Reclaim our fathers, reclaim the sons and daughters, because the system ain't. Let me say this to you. The system only wins and will continue to win if we keep renting the motherfucking souls out. Selling our souls for things that belong to us. We can cancel the payment plan today. Got to love smarter. Got to learn the dependency bullshit. I know it's cool. You know, you get caught up in, oh, that little money coming. I should that extra $300-400. I can use that shit. I ain't got to pay for these kids' school clothes. Shit, that money coming. I'm going to go up here and get these uniforms or whatever these school shit. And I can go get my nails done and my hair done. Or shit, I can go over to the casino, hopefully win some more money. Or dependency. Got to stop it altogether. Yeah. Gain your freedom by tapping into your own talents and putting yourself in a position. It may not be an overnight fix, but God damn it, work it to where that one small talent, let's say if it's pies and that's all you can bake is a fucking apple pie, but the apple pie is out of this world. As long as you bring it out that oven hot and you lay some motherfucking ice cream next to it, kill a pie. Just one pie. More than enough to change your life. Need to do it, man, because the next generation deserves to see someone that looks like them succeed and prosper, that's not dependent. And I'll say this, it's got to be the most demeaning thing to go down there and tell a motherfucker, you ain't even adequate enough to take care of yourself and feed your seed. Basically, you just out here birthing out and fucking off babies and niggas that don't want your ass and all other kind of shit. This is what your people, these motherfuckers psychoanalyze you. They sitting across from the couch. Oh, how many babies you got? When the baby born? Or you ain't work? Okay, well, you know, you come down here and put this work thing on this paper every week and update your shit so you can continue to get this money. If not, you won't get no money. And if we show up there and there's a man's toothbrush in your house, you're done. Don't defraud the system. Because we got a place for you too. You can take your son's place and start working that debt off early. Yeah. But look at our next 2 or 3 generations from now. Do they deserve to carry the debt that was incurred by your mama or your mama's mama? Not fair. Not fair. Man, I came on, man. I just put my little paint where it ain't, man. And I hope y'all got something from it. If not, shit, it ain't for you. I ain't for everybody, but I am for everybody. Depends on where you are in your life and what you receive from me. Hey, you can pass it on to somebody else. Listen, if you are triggered by anything I say and you don't know me personally, you have some work to do. Don't cost you a dime to pay me no mind. Get something from it. Everything you get and get you some understanding. And I hope that for for all intents and purposes, I was able to share something with you, man, to at least make you go and take a look at something beyond strolling up and down the Insta slut and Facebook and looking at people who are doing the same sucker shit that we just talked about tonight. It's like now, if you like the show, listen. Follow me. Follow me on the Insta slut. Follow me on Facebook. Also, right here. Click the like, smash the bell, and subscribe. Share it with some friends. Let them know we came through. All you're choosing, man. Make sure you ain't out here fucking up. Fuck up, but don't fuck down. And lateral moves is always going to keep you the same. And I'm going to play this because I always believe that this is relevant.
What do you see in the individual that you're with that you see in yourself? Sideways is cool if you're in your 20s. Well, damn, okay. I was always thought it was either up or down. I mean, sideways is just nothing. That's lateral moves keep you where you are. I'm not understanding that. Are you fucking above your station, meaning are you a low value individual seeking a high value individual and you can't keep up because you're trying to come up and you fucking up and the individual knows that he's fucking down or she's fucking down or vice versa? Same thing I said, man. Retrospectively, it starts with you. Last evening's conversation was very, very, very deep, and a lot of people, I'm sure you had good takeaways from it. Trust that people are going to be who they are, and you're going to be who you are.
All you're getting, man, get you some understanding, get y'all some rest tonight, get up and go out and conquer the world tomorrow. And take a look at the things, man, that you are signing up to. If you are on this shit and you're waiting for somebody to turn this back on, maybe you don't need it, man. Fuck these people. They always want you sitting there. And you know what the fucking problem with me, man, politicians, they're just like you. A lot of them had food stamps and fucking shit too. And they know that the extent of their motherfucking career, they might be last 2 years of their motherfucking life, but they got so much money coming at them. And here you go. You got people sitting on the hill, and you got Ways and Means, you got power and industry, you got all these different people coming, and you have a army of lobbyists to say, hey, if you vote my way, we got a breakfast. You come talk for 30 minutes, we give you $10,000. If you come over here and play golf at this one, we got $50,000 for you. We need your vote, $100,000. And you need to come out and hunt with us. We'll bring you out to the Sierra Club, and you'll come out on our private jet and all this bullshit. And then based on the programs, you're still getting money. But so let's say this, right? Here's some real shit, and I'm gonna get off this motherfucker. The Democratic Party has been looking at how they've operated in their states. Based on their programs, they've been jacking up the returns, or excuse me, the coding of certain things. Prime example, even with their medical situations, to fill their coffers on the back end based on the front end free shit. I ain't gonna tell you nothing you can't go out here and see. All I'm saying is don't allow people to continue to play in your face. Educate yourself so that when you see people like me come on and they're talking about what they're talking about, yeah, we can go ahead and break this shit down and I can really back it up. But I'd prefer that you go out here and actually see for yourself. Don't let people just blow smoke up your hind parts and tell you it's a Sunday on Friday. Okay? So, who's paying the mortgage in your house? Because every benefit comes with a balance. And freedom only starts when you say that this house and this family is paid in full. Love you. Good night.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellous Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had. Bring him out. Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert. All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.